got my camera fixed. I spent about 10 minutes working on that instead of meditating. I'm bad. Um, you know how it is with tech stuff, but I got in some good minutes of peace. So let's see. Sometimes I think Costco should have all the spiritual icons and symbols erected above Costco, the cross, the Star of David, the crescent moon, the yin yang symbol. Because, you know, where is it more spiritual than Costco? It's church, right? Because it elicits every possible human emotion when you go to Costco. You have to be spectacularly patient when you pull into the parking lot and people are getting in and out and there's no parking spaces and then there's a parking space and then there's that two people vying for the same thing and then you're super spiritual and you let them in and you curse yourself for doing that and then you go inside and they have the super large shopping carts which aren't that easy to move around and I'm just getting a couple of things, right? And everybody else is getting everything in the universe. I mean, seriously, how much toilet paper can you buy? But anyway, so you can hear my cynicism and my impatience and my judgment boiling to the surface, right? And so as I'm doing that, I'm thinking, I do teach yoga for a living, so but anyway, the topic of accidents the other day came up. It's like, was that an accident that I brought up the topic of accidents? No, it's like I'm cruising into Costco on a perfect day a couple days ago. Perfect day, everything's going perfectly. And I'm, just inside, flash my card. This, by the way, this story is going somewhere. Um, Spiritually, fitness, I hope, or lack thereof, or need to use more of it. But anyway, I flash my card and there's all the specials up in front, right? It's like, oh my God, I've got to get a case of Jergens hand lotion. But another lady did need to do that. And so she was off to the side and she was lifting this really heavy box. And as she moved to put it in her cart, she bumped her cart and moved her cart further away. And then she just dropped it. And I'm going by and I'm feeling chipper, strong, healthy, frisky, optimistic, and desirous to be of enormous service to all souls that I encounter. And so I bend over to pick up the box. And when you pick up a box, you generally have a sense of you kind of pre-plan the weight of the box, right? And so usually you plan on the heavier side. And then if the box is really light, you're like pretty happy. But this box was like 17,000 times heavier than I thought. So I still picked it up. I did a nice Olympic clean and jerk on it. I turned it and I put it in her cart. And of course I got all of the thank yous and stuff. And the second I did it, it was like the amount of self-hatred that I gave myself for being that impossibly stupid, because I knew that I tweaked my back. And then, and then that just erupted inside of me. And it's like, it was just one of those things. You just step on a landmine of something. And I wanted to hate myself. I wanted to hate her. I just felt an explosion of fear. I mean, this is my biggest fear. I'm not going to be able to do my job, do my work, move, do yoga, do all my musical instruments. And I was just gripped in a panic of fear. Why am I bringing this up? Do I want self-pity? I really, honest to Christ Almighty, I want none of that. But I want to be vulnerable and talk about, it's like I'm always at this phase of my development. It's always painstaking. And so, you know, the second that happened, I golden keyed and I said, nope, no, no, nay, nay, nay. God is always with me. I golden key. This is not random. This is not an accident. But I've been wrestling like for a day or a day and a half with like, God damn it. It's like, of all the things to take me out, because, I can't really lean over and I can't bend. This has happened to me before. I know it's going to go away. But in the meantime, it's an unbelievably small deal and it's an unbelievably big deal. And it's like some damn accident. And so this is when I really go into my prayer capsule. And I know this is when you do as well. When this stuff happens, it's like, I'm just not going to let random stupid shit sway me off of the course. And there's no worldly thing that can happen. And I know that you guys are working on the same thing. So just sometimes I have to be, I don't like it, but I have to be a little vulnerable and talk about what's going on. One of my most precious things sometimes is my look good. It's like, I just kind of want to look cool and good and I got this. But I know my higher power has me and has you all in, and anything that seems to be random or accidental is nothing of the sort. And now, as time has passed, I see it as a spiritual intersection and an opportunity to face, you know, not something that happens at Costco, but my deeper fears of being incapacitated and abandoned and left out to dry. And yet, I'll meet it. I'll meet it with the 91st Psalm. I will say, He shall give His angels charge over me to keep me in all of my ways. And it won't be long. I'll be restored to perfect, frisky, resilient health. And maybe next time at Spiritual Costco Church, when somebody drops a big ass box, I will bless them and move on my way. Or I might pick it up depending on the calling of that individual day. So there, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk about it.